What's up, guys? This is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews, and today I want to be reviewing a special movie that's one of my favorites. You probably already seen the thumbnail, but if you haven't, just stay tuned. Cue the intro. Hey guys, and like I said, my name is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Become one of the 24 subscribers that I got. Come on, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video. It really gets my content out there. So like I said, welcome. We review movies and shows, and we also do reactions. I did a trailer reaction to Black Panther, so if you haven't seen that, go through my archives and check it out. But today, like I said, I'm bringing y'all something special. This is something different on my channel. Usually when I do my reviews, it's really on new movies, right? For so far. But now I'm bringing something new. I told you I'm a movie head. I love movies. I really have a nostalgia and a love for 90s and 80s movies. So today I want to bring you one of the movies that I like, and that's dear to my heart, from 1992, Boomerang, okay? And a lot of people, which you'd be surprised, haven't seen Boomerang, okay? It's one of the well, if you put them in the black conglomerate of a bucket of black movies, you'll hear Friday, you'll hear New Jack City, you'll hear Don't Be a Menace to Society, you hear Boys in the Hood, you hear Love Jones, right? But I think this movie, Boomerang, needs to be put in those categories. It's a good little love story, a comedy love story, what I would really put it in. So, without further ado, let's get into the cast of this freaking movie, man. The cast is legendary, okay? And when I say legendary, it's almost up there with the Harlem Nights cast. If you've ever seen Harlem Nights or you haven't, that's another review that I'll bring to y'all. That's another one of my favorites. But the star of the show, let's just run down the cast list, bump it. Eddie Murphy. If you don't know who Eddie Murphy is, you've been living under a rock. Now, I know some of our younger viewers probably might not know who Eddie Murphy is, but if you think of Shrek, all my older viewers, you know who Eddie Murphy is. He's a legend, okay? Legend. Next, Robin Givens. And now I'm doing this like almost like an NFL announcement introduction, okay? Robin Givens, the legendary Robin Givens. She used to date Mike Tyson, so everybody knows that. We got our sister Halle Berry in this joint, right? We got Halle Berry. We got Eartha Kitt. So if you don't know who Eartha Kitt, she's a legendary actress from well, she's been acting, since the 20s or the 30s? She's been acting for, 30s, the 40s, the 50s. She's been acting for a long time. Grace Jones, the model Grace Jones. So if you don't know who Grace Jones is, Google her. She's a beautiful sister. We got our boy David Alan Grier. David Alan Grier, legendary actor too. That man is funny. You got Chris Rock, Mr. Get Slapped. He's in this movie. You got Layla Roshan. Now, people, you know who she is. If you've seen, what's that movie? With Whitney Houston and them. If you've seen that, Waiting to Exhale. She's in that movie. We got John Witherspoon. Rest in peace to the great John Witherspoon. He was in Friday. You got Tisha Campbell in this movie. You got Jeffrey Holder. You got, man, I'm telling you, the list. And that's why I have to literally look at the list of cast members that's in this movie. It's just a slew of them. I mean, you got small cameos as well as in this movie. So that's the cast. What is the movie about? Okay, y'all want to get into what this movie is about. All right, Boomerang. Boomerang, like I said, is in 1992. Follows our guy Marcus Graham, who's a big hotshot executive, advertising executive for a company, for Lady Eloise. It's a beauty company, and he's what you call a ladies' man. Now, we know everybody knows what a ladies' man is, right? Everybody knows what that. Man, when I say this movie, from the beginning to the end, will have you dying, have you engaged, have you wondering why would he do this, why wouldn't he go with that? It's the most cliche love story comedy that you'll ever see. It's the player, the pimp, or I'm not even gonna call him a pimp. The player gets all the ladies, meets his match, sees the one chick over here. It's almost like a Cinderella story. Man, she's cute. I like her. She's different. Boom, goes after her. But let me give you a little bit more detail, right? So like I said, we follow Marcus. And Marcus is a big shot executive. And his two best friends, which is Martin Lawrence, okay? Martin Lawrence in this movie. My guy Martin, He plays his homeboy Tyler, and his other best friend, and like I said, this movie's got so many people. Is Gerald, David Allen Greer. Now, Tyler, Marcus, his best friend, is the friend that would tell you to do just anything, right? He's one of those friends that, hey, bro, forget it, just do it anyway. Go, you want to go get her, right? But Gerald is the friend that's reserved. He's looking for love. He's the friend that you sit there and okay, my man will make a good husband one day. And Marcus is like having an angel and a devil on your arms, right? It's like one homeboy, Tyler's telling you, hey, go mess with her. The other homeboy's telling him she ain't worth it, right? So within this movie, Marcus is, like I said, a big executive. And he has power, he has status. And a lot of ladies like that. And he takes advantage of it. He sleeps with a lot of women. In the movie, it doesn't really, it iterates that. But it doesn't show it, right? It shows it maybe like 2 or 3 sex things in the movie, but it doesn't show it, but it iterates that. He's probably slept with half the office, okay? Because he can do that. That's Marcus, right? But Marcus even messed around with Lady Eloise herself, okay? Eartha Kitt. He had to put in work with Eartha Kitt. You're like, wow, okay. But that was a funny little scene in the movie where they kind of put him up to it. But anyway, the company is going through some restructuring, and they ended up hiring Robin Givens' character, her name is Jacqueline. And they hired Jacqueline, and she's your black woman that is in a higher position almost than Marcus, right? And Marcus is not used to this. Marcus is used to being the man. Marcus is used to controlling the narrative. Marcus is used to being a player, okay? But he sees Jacqueline, he's like, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful. I got to have her, right? But Jacqueline's not easily persuaded. Jacqueline's going to make you work for what you're trying to get, basically. So you got Jacqueline. Then you got Angela, okay? So there was a scene here where, like I said, David Allen Greer's character, Gerald, is looking for a wife. So there was an interaction that happened, and Jacqueline and Marcus goes on a double date, and with Gerald and Halle Berry's character, Angela. So what ended up happening, Jacqueline knows Angela. They were friends. Marcus goes out with Jacqueline. She says, hey, my homeboy needs a date. Hey, I got the perfect person for him. Her name is Angela. So they meet, and Gerald and Angela are like one of those people. They're like almost, I'm going to say introverted a little bit, and they really didn't connect. There was no connection, right? So as that's happening, Marcus is not realizing that he's eventually going to like Angela, but he's over here messing with Jacqueline. So him and Jacqueline, they go on their first date, do what they got to do. But Jacqueline is one of those women, she knows the game. So how she plays the game is she gets in, she gets out. She's going to use Marcus before he uses her. Marcus is not used to that. So what happens is Marcus turns around and they sleep together. So Marcus, once he slept together, Marcus kind of started liking Jacqueline. That's never happened to Marcus before, right? Marcus is a very picky brother. He likes his women a certain way. He likes his women a certain style. There's one scene in the movie where he ended up picking up, her name is Chrissy, and that's played by Layla Aroshan. And what ended up happening, he picked her up. She's very beautiful, beautiful sister in real life. Picks her up. He gets to second, third base. After they do it, they're asleep. And he pulls the cover back, and her toes have blisters and bumps on them. So he ends up leaving. And his homeboy, Gerald, was like, why you just, what are you doing? And he was like, well, I have a preference. I like my woman with pretty feet just to be pretty. So after he slept with Jacqueline, he pulled the covers back so her feet were pretty. And he was like, yes, okay. So in his mind, he thinking Jacqueline is the one. He's like, Jacqueline is the one. He's like, she's the one. Woo, woo, woo. Not knowing that Jacqueline is just there to bide the time, right? So, like I said, it's almost like they're dating at this point, right? They go out on one date and they work together, okay? So it makes the interaction awkward, all right? So Jacqueline is almost like, okay, hey, we friends in the workplace, but Marcus is like, no. I think I'm starting to like you. So this is where Grace Jones comes into play. So they're trying to put together a marketing campaign to market the new makeup line, right? So what ended up happening, Grace Jones heard about Marcus, heard about his skills in the bedroom. She wants to sleep with Marcus now. Like I said, everybody wants to sleep with Marcus. And Marcus is like, no. But Jacqueline is like, yes, we need this. We need her to come model our stuff. She's going to do it. So that's what Marcus is dealing with. Well, in the meantime, Angela and they had a big double date. And it was, and this is funny. It's where John Witherspoon and Miss Pearly come into play. Marcus, Angela, and I think that was for Thanksgiving. It was Gerald, Angela, Marcus, and Marcus's folks. They come over to Marcus' house and they're having dinner, right? And like I said, at this point, Angela and Gerald are kind of like they're trying to hit it off. They're trying to make it work. It's just not. They don't have the connection. So after everything's said and done. John Witherspoon's being John Witherspoon and Miss Pearly. They get it in and they end up leaving. Then Gerald ends up leaving. Angela stays around to help clean up the house. Well, her and Marcus get to talking. They get to hitting it off. Conversation was pretty good. They find out they got a lot in common. Pretty cool. They end up falling asleep together. They didn't have sex, which was cool. It's like, all right, awesome. Marcus, you on to something, brother. So at this point, I'm like, all right, bro, she the one. I'm looking at the TV like, this is when I first started looking at the movie. I'm like, she's the one, man. She's the one. Take her, right? No. And every man can say this. We've had this moment. He's stuck on stupid, right? So Jacqueline and him were supposed to go to the show, okay? And what ended up happening, Jacqueline stood him up, all right? So he still head over here with Jacqueline. So he kind of peeled himself away from Jacqueline. And he ended up getting with Angela. They date on and off. They go out. They, like I said, they had a real connection. But it was just one little monkey wrench. Her name is Jacqueline. Jacqueline pops up again. She comes back in the picture again, and he sleeps with her. Marcus told Angela the truth. Angela's upset. Angela's done with Marcus. So at this point, Marcus is starting to realize, man, I had something good. I messed it up. Man, what do I need to do? So the same cliche thing. Marcus comes to his senses, gets the girl, boom. Boomerang is done. The reason why I tell you I like this movie is because of simplicity, right? The story was simple. The execution was simple. It wasn't overcomplicated. It was something that kept you engaged the whole movie. It's something with the comedic time. It's something that you don't find in too many movies these days, right? The story is overcomplicated. You got to really do this. This is why I like this genre of movies from the 90s and the 80s, because I feel like there was the pioneers of movies, but I feel like also the simplicity of it and something that you can make some popcorn and kick it in. And there's not a Boomerang 2 out there. They kept it how they needed to keep it, and it was good. So this is my review of Boomerang. If you guys like these throwbacks, I don't care. I'm gonna keep bringing them because I love throwback movies. And some of these movies you guys might have never seen, right? So check out Boomerang. I believe you can get it off of Amazon. You can stream on Amazon. I also think you can stream on Fandango. Fandango has an app. You can stream on there. Or you can just, like I said, buy it on streaming. Just buy it. You can buy it, man. It's a pretty cool movie. If you don't have nothing to do on a Saturday night and you can't find nothing on Netflix or HBO Max or anything like that, go check out Boomerang. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for watching the video. This is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews, and I'm out. Peace.